concern, and this is a living reality today. The honest newspaper columnists and commentators also write exactly this. I read an article recently in the Jung newspaper by Dr. Abdul Qadir Khan, who is considered the scientist of Pakistan. He had written this in light of the verses of the Holy Quran, that because of our behavior and such acts, the punishment of Allah has descended upon us. So anyhow, this is their condition. The promised Messiah ﷺ states further, if they were righteous, how would it be possible that the enemies could overcome and dominate them? In fact, when they forgot prayer and worship, Allah then also forgot them and cared not for them. He says that to break the covenant with Allah, and as a result of breaking the boundaries set by the Holy Quran, dangerous predicaments are breaking out among them, and numerous cities have slipped through their hands. He continues that all of this is a punishment and the wrath of Allah. The promised Messiah ﷺ states that it was not the enemy that disgraced them, it was in fact Allah who disgraced them. This is because they acted disobediently right before the eyes of Allah. So Allah showed them what He has shown them, and He engulfed them in perils and did not save them. Their ministers are unfaithful and dishonest. Explaining this, the promised Messiah ﷺ says that all their ministers and advisors do not fulfill the obligations of their posts. Not only do they act unfaithfully themselves, rather they also influence others to become disloyal. He says further, the newspapers in Europe regard them as lazy and unqualified, and this reality exists today as well. So the promised Messiah ﷺ continues, the qualities of a man are not found within them. They do not observe prayer properly. Their desires have become obstacles and hindrances in their path. If they offer prayers, they offer it at home like women. They do not attend prayer in the mosque like righteous people. He says then that they do not hear any word of advice. Their arrogance and pride incites them, and they go out of control. Their arrogance and pride incites them, and they go out of control. In their view, a respected person is one who portrays their situation as excellent and who praises their action. In other words, they only desire praise. So the promised Messiah ﷺ continues that when God saw their impiety, their oppression, dishonesty, pride and ungratefulness, He placed them under such people who jump over their walls and reach every high place, and take hold of the possessions of their ancestors, and suppress the nation. All of this was destined. You find this in the Holy Quran, and you read this therein, but you do not ponder on it. As I stated, the Muslim economies are all in the hands of non-Muslims. So the promised Messiah ﷺ states further that when they changed the taqwa in the heart, Allah changed their circumstances in the world. Because they boldly kept on sinning, Allah does not change the condition of any nation until they first reform themselves. And nor are they shown mercy until this comes to pass. In fact, God curses such houses and those cities where people commit adultery or sin. And upon those houses where fornication occurs, angels descend and say, O house, may God make your house deserted. He says then, do not blame or scold the kings of the Christians. Addressing the people, he says, do not blame or scold the leaders of the Christians. Whatever you have received from them, that is, do not blame them that they are inflicting pain upon you. Do not remember what they have done to you. O sinners, consider yourselves bad. Do you listen to my words? No, no, you turn away and you abuse me. You do not have ears to listen or minds that comprehend. You do not even have time, that rather than eating and drinking you should come towards sense and separate yourselves from that and be inclined towards Allah. Where are the men among you? Do you blame the enemy? Whatever you have suffered is because of your own bad deeds. The promised Messiah, peace be upon him, then addressed the people. There is disorder breaking out nowadays, so he says that, listen, If you were righteous, then kings would be made sincere for you. If you were pious, if you were righteous, then kings would be made pious for you. If you were pious, the kings would be pious. Because this is a tradition of Allah for righteous people. Desist from praising the Muslim kings. If you